This morning, I invite you to meditate with me on Psalm 3. Psalm 3, you can look it up or you can just read along with me. I'll be stopping and pausing to comment and reflect. Lord, how many adversaries I have, how many there are who rise up against me, how many there are who say of me, there is no help for him in his God. These are the enemies that the psalmist perceives. If this is King David or one writing as King David, certainly as a king, he had many adversaries. He had a mission to unite the kingdom. There were tribal wars, and there were people vying for power, and there were foreigners seeking to overthrow him, and he was often in the place where he was under attack and he was threatened both civilly and from the outside forces. And those who attacked him may have been mocking him, at least he perceived they were, and saying God's not going to help him and God has abandoned him. So what does he do? Well, he turns to God and he says, but you, O Lord, are a shield about me. You are my glory, the one who lifts up my head. I call aloud upon the Lord, and he answers me from his holy hill. So the answer that the king gives to the attacks from the outside is to reaffirm his faith in God, to reaffirm his trust, to reaffirm that it is God who's his glory. And if his head is lifted at all, it is by God. And so he cries to God and he senses and experiences the answer from God's holy hill. He continues, I lie down and go to sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. He is not concerned about what will happen while he sleeps. He's able to rest in the promises of God. He continues, I do not fear the multitudes of people who set themselves against me all around. This is the prayer of confidence. This is the expression of confidence. Did he always feel this way? Well, I'm sure there were times that he doubted this. I'm sure there were times when he had to struggle to put his faith in God. He had to work to rest. But the overriding and overcoming confession of his life is, I don't fear the multitudes of people. I trust in God. And so he prays, rise up, O Lord, set me free, O my God. Surely you will strike all my enemies across the face. You will break the teeth of the wicked. Deliverance belongs to the Lord. Your blessing be upon your people. Well, it is the prayer of a warrior, and it is the prayer of a king, and it is the prayer of a person under attack. And the forces that attack us on a near daily basis probably are not as human as they were for the psalmist. They're probably not military attacks. They're probably spiritual attacks and emotional attacks. And they are attacks from people that God loves and cares about, and he's hearing their prayers as well. But the protection that we sense and the protection we call upon comes directly from God. And somehow or another, in the mystery of all things, God can answer everybody's prayers who comes to him. And so may we bring these concerns for outside attack and for adversaries to the Lord. And may we trust in the Lord today. Psalm 3.